My name is Sakura Fujimoto. I'm 26 years old and I've just married my husband, who happens to be 6 years older than me. I'm happy to be married to the love of my life. Have a nice day, Takuya.
Thanks, you too.
My husband, Takuya, was previously divorced, so this is his second marriage. My family did express their concerns about me marrying someone who had been divorced, though. I met Takuya 4 years ago. Although I'm a stay-at-home wife now, I used to work at the same company as Takuya. Since he was not only a good worker but also outgoing, Takuya was popular with the female employees.
Feel free to ask me if you need help with anything.
Thank you.
There's no need to be so nervous. You're already doing your best.
Takuya.
Besides, it's our role as seniors to help out our juniors.
I'm so glad I get to work with you. I fell in love with Takuya, who treated me kindly. He was so kind and reliable to me when I was just starting out as a new graduate. And he was also good looking, which was why I fell in love at first sight. But at that time, I found out that Takuya was already married, which broke my heart. So getting married wasn't an option for me, but after I heard he had gotten a divorce and was single, we started working together more often and got to know each other better. It's already been a year since we got married. Oh, wow, time flies. I never would have imagined back then that I would be married and living with Takuya now. At Takuya's request, I became a stay-at-home wife, leading to me having a much more relaxed life than when I had been working full-time. Or at least that's what I had thought would happen.
Hello, Sakura.
Oh, Makiko.
What's with that face? You look like you're sick of me coming here. Did you really dislike the idea of me being here that much?
Of course not. This person who disturbs my otherwise peaceful life is Makiko, Takuya's mother. She always visits without making an appointment first, which always catches me off guard.
Hey, there's dust here. And the seasoning doesn't match my taste at all. I can't possibly consider you family like this.
I don't want a divorce, so I need to put up with her. I'm sorry. There's hardly any dust here. And Takuya always tells me the food tastes delicious.
Well then, I'll make sure to teach you how to be a proper wife.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Mother-in-law only visits when Takuya isn't around. And she always complains about how I cook or do housework, only causing stress for me and nothing more. But Takuya told me the reason for his last divorce was that his ex-wife didn't get along with his mother. That's why I want to get along well with my mother-in-law. But what should I do? My mother-in-law's frequent visits constantly weighed heavily on my mind. One day, I decided to seek advice from my sister Aoi.
So, you said you wanted to talk about something to me. I'm assuming you want to vent, since this was quite sudden. I guess life is also tough for you too.
I'm sorry for asking you to meet me when you're busy with university. Aoi and I have a large age gap. But Aoi always listens to my problems and gives good advice, so I often find myself going to her for help.
I'm fine with listening. Wouldn't it be better to talk to Takuya, your husband, about this instead of discussing it with me?
I know, but I couldn't bring myself to tell him, especially after hearing the reason for his divorce. I did tell him that I would get along with his mother no matter what. After having made that promise, it's hard to tell him.
Why don't you subtly tell him when you talk about unimportant topics?
Takuya has been busy with business trips and staying on work lately, so we don't have much time to talk to each other.
I see. It seems like things are quite difficult at your place.
I want to keep a friendly distance with mother-in-law, without having to involve Takuya. But I can't think of anything. So I wanted to seek your advice.
I know, but I was always against you getting married to Takuya. And I still think you should break up with him.
What? What are you talking about? I love Takuya.
But don't you think that you shouldn't have to be wary of your mother-in-law all the time? His ex-wife tried to keep a healthy distance too, and that didn't work out either, right? If this goes on, you might end up the same as his ex-wife.
But what can I do then?
Why don't you take a different approach and try to make friendly conversation with mother-in-law instead?
A different approach?
That's right. Running away doesn't help with the situation. But sometimes all you need to do is approach the person instead. So, why don't you open up to your mother-in-law instead?
I'll try that. I don't want the situation to drag on forever. I'm sure Takuya would want me and his mother to get along too. I can't let you down, especially since you've been getting along with him, despite not agreeing with our marriage.
Getting along with Takuya, huh?
Did you say something?
No, never mind.
After receiving advice from Aoi, I started looking forward to dealing with my mother-in-law's visits. The next day, mother-in-law came to visit again.
Sakura, how many times do I have to tell you that? You need to make the broth with care, or the miso soup won't taste good. Putting all these seasonings in won't make the food taste better. I thought you knew better than this, considering your cooking experience.
You're right. The taste isn't too strong, but it's delicious. I didn't know that the process of making the broth could change the soup this much. Makiko, thank you for teaching me all the time. No matter how many times she would make complaints, I took it all with a positive attitude, making sure to keep a smile on my face. Wow, Makiko, you sure are a great cook.
This is nothing special.
I made the dish you taught me the other day, and it was delicious. I'm very grateful. Can you show me today too?
Huh? Well, if you insist, then I suppose.
Just like Aoi had said, having a more open approach to the situation was much easier on me. Besides, even though I didn't like her complaints at first, I started to think of it in a positive way, considering it as helpful advice. After all, Makiko's tips about cooking or cleaning were actually very useful. Takuya, your mother showed me how to make this dish. How is it?
Yeah, it tastes good, I guess.
You don't seem to be paying attention to me at all lately.
I've been busy.
I see. Takuya has been cold towards me recently. I feel left out. Takuya, are you listening to me?
Hey, don't look!
You don't have to be so mad.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm really busy with work right now. And I've also been helping out the juniors. I didn't want you to see anything related to my work that might be confidential.
I see. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I've been having so much work lately. By the way, I'll be late again tomorrow.
Okay. Don't overwork yourself.
Thanks, Sakura. You're so kind.
Isn't Takuya a little too busy recently? But I've started to get along with his mother recently. Maybe this is a chance to improve our relationship. Happily, my relationship with Makiko improved day by day. Whenever Takuya was late with work, we would even eat dinner together.
This drama is really good.
You like this actor, don't you?
Oh, was it that obvious?
Yeah, I could tell. The same actor was in the other drama you liked before.
That's right. He looks similar to my late husband.
Aw, that's so lovely. And just like that, we were able to discuss about things we like. When Takuya was away on business trips, she would often watch dramas with me to distract the loneliness I felt. I'm starting to think that my mother-in-law might be a bit of a tsundere. A few days later, I decided to give an update to Aoi about the situation. Thanks to your advice, I've been getting along with my mother-in-law lately.
I see. I didn't think you two would become close.
Your words helped me see mother-in-law's words in a positive light. I realized that although her words are harsh, she actually cares about me. We talk a lot now, and it's really fun.
I didn't mean it that way.
Huh? What's wrong?
Honestly, I was hoping that you and Takuya would break up because of your mother-in-law.
What? Why would you say something like that?
Well, I did tell you I was against you marrying Takuya. For a long time, didn't I? And there's something I haven't been telling you.
What is it? I then listened as Aoi told me something shocking. The same night.
I'm home.
Takuya, there's something I want to ask you.
What's the matter?
I heard that you asked Aoi out on a date.
Huh? I never did such things.
Here's the proof.
Where did you get that from?
I heard everything from Aoi. How dare you try to woo my dear sister?
I just wanted to get to know my in-laws better. I didn't have any bad intentions.
How can you lie to my face? I also know you called her over the phone frequently, and that you were more straightforward with your advances. Aoi told me that she had kept quiet for my sake. I can't believe you anymore, Takuya.
Please don't say that. I have a business trip tomorrow. We should talk about this after I get home.
The next day, Takuya was already gone by the time I had woken up.
Hello? What's the matter? You don't look so well.
Makiko.
If you're tired, I'll take care of the housework. Just tell me.
Even though your tone might seem harsh, I'm glad you care so much about me. Thank you so much.
Oh, what are you talking about? There's no need for you to thank me.
There's something I need to talk to you about. It's about Takuya.
Takuya?
Yes.
I'm home.
Hello?
Oh, Mom's here too? That's perfect.
Who is that?
She's going to be my new wife, so I want you to leave the house.
What?
You're so controlling, like the time I was trying to get to know Aoi. I can't stand it.
How can you talk when you sent such message to my dear sister? I was planning on getting a divorce, but I can't believe he's being so brazen about it.
Besides, I thought it would be cruel for my mother not being able to see her grandchildren, even after being married for a year.
What?
Takuya, you need to explain yourself properly.
Mom, I've decided to marry Reika. She works in sales at my company. She's 22 years old, so she's young and genuine.
I'm Reika. Nice to meet ya.
You're disgusting. I can't believe you were not only trying to woo my sister, but also cheating on me.
Sorry, but this isn't just an affair. I'm serious about it. That's why I'm proudly introducing her to my mom like this.
So, you're Reika, I see? You're very cute. I look forward to seeing you.
Huh?
Takuya and his girlfriend can live at my house. I'm sure Sakura has a lot of preparations to handle. Also, why don't you give this place to Sakura? You two can just remodel our house and live there instead. My house has better location after all.
Thanks. I knew I could count on you. I knew you'd understand, Mom.
Thank you so much.
This can't be true.
Sakura, it seems my son has made up his mind. I think divorce is the only option here. I'll make sure he pays the proper amount of alimony. It was nice knowing you.
I had thought I had a good relationship with Makiko. Soon, a divorce petition signed by Takuya was sent to me. He's truly the worst. Overcome with anger and frustration, I signed the divorce papers, left the house immediately, and returned to my parents' home. I thought I had developed a good relationship with my mother-in-law. She does defend her son no matter what after all. But I can't let myself get stuck in this forever. Huh? When I went to the bank to print my account record, there was a large sum of money sent from Makiko. I can't believe so much money has been transferred. I don't understand why. I need to talk to her directly. I then headed to her house. Thankfully, when I arrived, Takuya and Reika were nowhere to be seen.
Sakura, I'm really sorry for what happened.
What is going on?
Actually, Takuya's first divorce was due to his own infidelity.
I never knew that.
I was against Takuya getting married again due to his last marriage. I didn't want to see any more women hurt by my son's actions. But by the time I found about you, Takuya and you were already officially married, so I couldn't stop him.
He said it was okay to wait until after we were married to make introductions, so...
Well, now you know why he couldn't introduce you to me. He knew I'd be against it. I'm so sorry, Sakura. I was actually very close to his ex-wife. But Takuya betrayed his wife by cheating. She didn't want to make me sad, so she ended up constantly worrying about me. As a result, the stress caused her to suffer from mental health issues. That's why I thought it might be better if you disliked me from the start. But you were so fun to be with.
Makiko.
Takuya's ex-wife was very kind to me. It was hard for both of us to part ways. I didn't want to go through that again.
I see.
So that's why I told my son to give you the apartment. Because I hoped it would be useful to you. I'm paying the alimony right now, but I'll make sure he pays his share. Until recently, he and his partner were living with me. I had been very strict with them as part of their re-education, so they left in a hurry.
Mom, what have you done? This is awful. I can't believe you told the company.
I heard that Makiko exposed the affair to Takuya's company.
This is all your wrongdoing. You need to handle it yourself.
No way. Oh, hey Sakura.
Takuya,
I was foolish. Could we start over?
there's no way we are getting back together.
Don't say that.
In your dreams, you broke a lovely lady's heart. And I won't forgive you.
Makiko. According to my former colleagues, Takuya was unable to stand the stares of people at work. Apparently, he requested a transfer and ended up moving to a distant branch office. Reika, who was working as a temp, resigned from her job, and apparently decided to follow Takuya. I heard that they are currently living modestly in a run-down apartment. Today, I'm at a cafe with Makiko.
Thank you for being friends, even after what happened with Takuya.
There's no need to thank me. Despite the unexpected event, I'm grateful for everything my former mother-in-law has done for me. We've become good friends ever since. I sold the apartment we lived in during our marriage. With the alimony I received, I'm financially stable. I've found a job, so I'm making sure not to use the money. I plan to keep it saved in case anything happens to my former mother-in-law.